We'll take a moment here now, too, to have our brother Isaiah Reid come. I know it's been a blessing to my heart to have Brother Reid with us. Of course, Brother Reid was the founding president of the Iowa Holiness Association 132 years ago. And like Nathan mentioned last night, he looks pretty good for about 160. So, Brother Reid.
How many of you remember the story in Daniel chapter 5, where the great king Belshazzar was holding a banquet, and a hand appeared and wrote upon the wall, Mene, Mene, Tekel Upharsin. No one knew what it meant. I had a similar experience Sunday. In fact, I may have had it more than once. I was in the parking lot. Remember last year you taught me what a bumper sticker was. I was looking for bumper stickers. I haven't seen any this year. But I did see what amounts to Mene, Mene, Tekel Upharsin on the back of this large vehicle, almost the size of a covered wagon. It said, and I'm trying to do this from memory, and please, whoever language this is, I apologize for mispronouncing it, but it said, as best I can recall, Kumbuk Edu. And I was wondering if there's someone in whom there is a spirit of the holy gods, like Daniel, who can tell me what that means. Kumbuk Edu. I could spell it out for you. It was W, and then there was a period. That's why I know it was the end of a word. And then it said K, M, B, C, and then it said Edu. Is there an interpretation? You're all laughing. I've obviously done something wrong. I thought perhaps the vehicle had brought red Indians or Hindus. I did not understand the language. Can someone I'm obviously not in on the joke. Edu? Please, someone, anyone. I'm serious. What does it mean? K, M, B, C. Edu?
Education, or educational center.
And the woo. I think we're talking new technology. I think this is one of those things that those of us over 30 need to pay special attention to. Well, now, you've answered my question, so I will answer a personal question given to me this week. I put it off as long as I could because it's a bit embarrassing. Shouldn't be, but it is. I was asked why it is that whenever there's a picture of me or one of the other holiness leaders of my era, we never smile in the picture. Have you ever noticed that? We all sit there. It's hardly a thing that would tell you that we're in the joy of the Lord. Well, now, there are two reasons, at least two reasons, why we took pictures in that way. The first was a technological one, and that is that the exposure time was very, very long. Sometimes you'd have to sit 30, 40 seconds, which seems not a very long time, unless you're sitting there waiting until the photographer says, all right. It's an even longer time if you have little squirming ones on your lap or standing next to you to get them to stand still for 30 or 40 seconds. But the other reason is That's the embarrassing part. No, I shall ennoble it. We did not smile for the same reason that you never see a portrait of George Washington smiling. Do you know why George Washington never smiled in his portrait? Wooden teeth. Well, it's true. It's true. I went away to seminary. I almost said cemetery. A seminary in Auburn, New York. Beautiful little town on the Finger Lakes. And in my second year, no, I think it was my second semester, would have been 1862, my mouth was giving me so much trouble. And I went to see the dentist, which in those days was something on the order of a death sentence. I had, if I recall, 24 teeth removed, all bad, all rotten, with the sort of anesthetics that they used in those days. And then was fitted with wooden teeth. I wasn't the only one. Now, in normal concourse of the day with others who had bad teeth and missing teeth, we thought nothing of it. But when we had our photos taken, and we wanted to look respectable, I don't know what it is about people with missing teeth or blackened teeth, but somehow we tend to think of them as somewhat less intelligent. What teeth has to do with brains, I have no idea. But I bring this up for a reason, and it has nothing to do with dental hygiene. It has to do with this. You look back upon us and you think, oh, what godly, saintly women and men they must have been. Well, I trust that we were, but I think you impute more to us than we actually were. We were just ordinary men, ordinary women, serving an exceedingly wonderful and almighty God. So when you see us and wonder, where is the joy? Well, we hadn't much joy in our teeth, but we had a great deal of joy in our hearts. That didn't come through in the pictures. But when you see us thin-lipped, posing really, I want you to remember that like Elijah, a man subject to like passions as we are, we were ordinary men and women as you are. And yet God was able to use us. And I trust that he will be able to use you. And if Jesus delays his return, my only extra prayer for you is that in your photos, you'll be smiling. Thank you and good evening.